Working from home now, well, this video is for you. And I'm doing it because so many of you have asked me, Alex, I'm now having to work from home. How do I stay productive? How do I organize my day? But most of all, how do I keep that positive going so I can actually get through my work and be productive all at the same time? Well, guess what? Come closer, come closer. I've been having a home office now for about 3 years. But you know what's interesting? I didn't start this way. I actually launched my own business from a room that I was in a shared apartment, actually in the same building that I'm on. So I totally understand if maybe you don't have a completely full house for yourself, that is your home office. So that's why I can totally relate with you right now. And I'm gonna share some of my top tips on how you can be super productive during this time that you are working at home, and how you can get all of your stuff done in a way that doesn't feel weird, or that you might start drifting into watching Netflix. Oh my God, who's feeling guilty right now? Okay. First thing is making sure that you have allocated a working space. You need to have a working space that's going to be the place where it's your desk, it's your micro office. So for example, in this case, this is my working space. But sometimes I move over there, and sometimes I even move into my kitchen space, but I'm going to talk about that in just a little later. So you want to look into your house, or if you are living in a shared apartment, you want to make sure that you are going to have a space that's allocated for your work so that you can get to, and that's going to be the place you're going to be doing your work. Now, the next thing is you want to be getting up and getting ready to go to work. So you will not want to work in your pajamas or in very comfortable clothes that might make you feel like, oh, all you want to do now is maybe watch movies in the sofa. So get ready. Like, look at me. I'm actually wearing my little boots. I put my clothes on. I got my makeup on. I put my perfume on. And that really helps me feel that I am going somewhere, I am ready for my day, I've got my makeup, I did my hair, and I've put on clothes that are going to make me feel like I am going to work. Maybe you don't have to obviously get dressed as smart, or maybe you're a corporate person because you're at home, but make sure that you are putting on clothes that make you feel that you are ready to take on the day. And if you were to meet somebody, are you looking presentable? It's really important, and I promise you it's going to make a huge difference. Sometimes I am barefoot in my house because I do actually feel comfortable, but you might even want to put your sneakers on or your boots on so that you feel like you are completely ready to take on that day. Okay, now when you are in your working space that you have allocated, you might want to give yourself tools for productivity. Like, for example, I always have a lot of papers, I always have a lot of flashcards. I love Post-its, right? Post-its can really help you with your thinking, and I even use my walls for me to do a lot of my planning. So when you've got your own space for your desk, also think about what are the tools that will help you think, brainstorm, and plan things. So in this case, I've got Post-its, I've got papers, I have flashcards, I have a lot of pens, and those things really help me. And you might want to make use of your wall space. Here we go. So I have made a lot of use of my wall space to become my planners. So even if you just have that little corner in your room, declutter a little corner and make it that it becomes your wall for you to pin down your ideas, your thoughts, your things to do. It's really important that your working space, it's not just your laptop. Make it yummy, make it your own. I even have like my little crystal here, and it's really important. Okay, so let me look at my list. Okay, next thing that really helps me is light, sound, and smell. These three things are so important. I think I'm quite lucky because I do have quite a good amount of light that comes in. But maybe if you don't, you might want to get a nice lamp to just make things feel a little cozier for you. Don't stay in the dark. That's not going to help you. Who wants to stay in the dark? So maybe open up the windows, the blinds. If you can, open up that window so you have some fresh air, and maybe you want to have a little light to give you more coziness. Now, smells for me is really important. I love incense, so I always light an incense throughout the day. In the morning, I put it somewhere so it gives my house a really nice smell, but maybe it could be a candle that you love. But I find those things are really important. Now, if you're someone who works in the office, you are going to be used to people and noise. And trust me, I relate. I am an ex-agency person. I worked in agency for about 12 years. It's loud, it's crazy, there's colleagues. So when you are working at home, the silence and the quietness might be something that you're gonna struggle with. So if you follow any of my content, music. So you want to be having music on. I love music in the morning. Maybe you are more of a quiet person, but make sure that you've got music playing in the background, or maybe you play it out in the morning when you are getting ready, or when you are taking your breaks during the day, there's music going on. And here is an extra pro tip. I love having dance breaks. Sometimes I'm working for about 4 hours straight. I take a break. And it's a dancing break, and I do a little dance. And it really helps me loosen up. It really helps me like stretch. Now, talking about stretching and moving and exercising, okay, I'm gonna tell you one of my best pro tips. Okay, so I cannot live without my foam roller, okay guys? And I would love it if every single one of you gets one of these. So I train, but I don't train every day. I train maybe 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes only 2 if I'm having a really busy week and I feel really tired. Regardless if it was a day that you trained or not, having a foam roller is something that helps me massively. A foam roller, let me put you guys down here so I can show you. A foam roller is really going to help you stretch and loosen up that tense and stress that we all build up when we're sitting in our chairs in front of our computers. So you're gonna take this and you're just going to do really awesome like stretches. You're gonna stretch your back like this. It's amazing, okay? So I always have this little bad boy near me. I also have a yoga mat. So I get the yoga mat out and I just do a little stretching. And sometimes I do this in the morning before I even start my day if I didn't train that day. Or if I'm having a day that I feel a little bit more tense, I 100% use this. I always have it around my working space here. And I just take a moment and I use it and I stretch, and then I just feel so much more revitalized and energized. So get one of these. It's really gonna help you with being tense and stressed and just loosen up. So, and you might be really busy and not always have the time to go for a massage. For me, that's my that's my go-to. All right, let's see what else do I have. So I've talked about the importance of light, smells, and music so that you create an ambience that is really good for you. And if you can't be playing out music out loud, you know, you put your headphones on and at least you've got music going on. Okay, now let's talk about some things to do with how to actually plan your day. Okay, I really want to talk to you guys about this. Ready? This, how to actually plan your day and make sure that you are staying super focused. The biggest trick is you want to plan the next day before your day ends. So when you are, so today I'm recording this on a Tuesday. So at the end of every single day, I make sure that I go into my calendar, I go into my planner, and I look at what my day is going to look like tomorrow. So that when you are waking up in the morning, you know exactly what your day is going to be like in terms of your work. So that is going to give you something exciting to get up to. It's going to make you feel that your day is a lot more structured, and you're not going to feel that you are in this survival mode of you are waking up and you are like, oh, what am I doing today? What meetings do I have? So this is a huge thing that I do. Like I'm massively obsessed with it. You have to plan the next day, the day before. So I know exactly when I am getting up in the morning and I'm having my shower, or even when I'm training, I know what my day is going to look like. And that really helps me feel like I am in control and that things are not scattered everywhere and I'm not in this like survival mode. So that's like one of the most important things. Okay, now another really important thing is break times. Yes, okay. You really want to allocate time for your lunch. And if you need to have other breaks in the morning and in the afternoon, make sure that you allocate them. When you are home, you are going to tend to have this tendency of just relaxing and you're just like, oh, whatever, I'm just home. No, you have to treat your work and day at home just as structured as if you were in the office. So make sure that you know what time you are going to have lunch. And here is another trick that really helps me. I don't like to stay in the same spot during a whole day, especially if on this day I'm not seeing any clients. There's days that I don't see clients, that I'm just doing either client work or HOS business work. So here is my next tip. My next tip is find another place in your home that you can go to and do work. And for me, it's actually my kitchen. So I have made sure that I have a little table in my kitchen. Here we go. To talk to you about some of the tools that I actually use that really helped me stay super productive with all of my work and my clients and me. Love Webex. You are going to have to pay a monthly fee. It's not a fortune, but it lets you do group calls, video calls. It lets you record the whole session. So it's amazing, and you actually don't need a VPN. So it is UAE friendly. So there you go. I use Webex. I love it. You just always share the link with everybody that you are going to host your online meeting with, and there you go. And I actually even heard that during this time they are giving away some free extra time, or they are doing like a free subscription, but they're definitely doing something special for the current times that we are in. Okay, now, do you spend a lot of back and forth scheduling emails and meetings? I mean, scheduling meetings. I mean, seriously, we're in 2020. I refuse to go back and forth on emails and WhatsApps to schedule meetings, because that is immense valuable time. And who wants to be doing that? Like, seriously, how many times have you noticed it's like 4 emails to just schedule a time? So I recommend using a tool that connects to your calendar, or even it sets up a calendar and you just send it to people, and people can just like book the times. And that way you have control over your available slots, but you just send this to people and they can book that, right? So I don't do WhatsApps back and forth and emails, because that's really is valuable time. I don't want to be doing that. I want to automate things that I can automate. So I really recommend 2 tools that you can do this with. One is called Calendly. I think I'm gonna put the screenshot ding here, and another one is called Acuity scheduling. Acuity scheduling is definitely a much more super robust tool, but it's so amazing. Calendly is a little bit more lighter and a little bit more friendly. So there you go. Okay, now I'm going to show you another so how to handle your email inbox, because a lot of you probably stop a task that you are doing to answer an email, and that's not very good for productivity. So I want to make sure that when you guys are starting a task, this is something that I do. When I have to start a task that I know I need to finish from start to end, I look at the time that I'm starting that task, and I actually even write it down, because I want to time myself on how long I took to do this task. And I am not going to look at my email inbox or get interrupted. I'm going to follow through and stay focused. So one thing that really helps me out, focus mode inside my Gmail inbox is really going to make the whole inbox go blank and white, and it's really going to make me feel like I am more, I'm just so much more relaxed and I'm not really being interrupted. So I'll show you that here on a screenshot and after, so you guys can see. And then I also have another setting called Do Not Disturb. So it actually allows you to hide your inbox for 30 minutes or 1 hour or 2 hours. And that really helps me psychologically to just not have emails coming in or sounds of emails coming in. So, and for that, I also use a tool called an ActiveInbox. I hope that this video has helped you and has provided you with some good, useful tips and hacks, and that the time that you have spending at home becomes more productive. Remember, it's all about organizing it, planning it, have a space for yourself. Think about your surroundings, your light, your sound, your smells. Get dressed. Get ready for the day. If you are just going to spend the day wearing comfy clothes or in your pajamas, likelihood of your productivity is going to be quite low. And to wrap this up, you want to have an end time to your day. You want to plan it that by 7 or 8 or 9 or 6, you are going to end your working day and you're going to go into your personal life space, and that's really important. Okay, if you got questions, if you love this, if this brought you value, let me know, drop a comment, give me a heart, and I will see you on one of my next videos. Mwah, love you.